What did I do wrong? They should be thanking me. My noisy self was out of their house, which is what they wanted. They want me to not exist, but when I'm finally gone, they want me back? Why can't they just choose? Do they want me or not? Did I do something wrong? I told them I was leaving. I did everything right. It's Alcazar's fault I was kidnapped. He sent Elk. Alcazar is the villain, not me. He's the villain. It's them who are evil, locking me in a stupid house like a prison cage. I'm not a criminal. They treat me like some wild animal. Well, I'm not your dog, Mom and Dad. I'm not gonna act happy when you're mean and do everything your way. I'm untamable, a wild. Am I even a human? My blue hair, no one else has it. Blue isn't normal. I'm not normal. What is normal? I've always been a W since Blue, but boy, I'm wrong. That's why they hate me. But I did everything right. They were supposed to be arguing on camera, but they did. I'm wrong. Breakfast. Is it morning? No, I was awake all night. Just disappears as soon as I turn the ocean. But just as he escapes, Alcazar bursts inside. Useless boy, profit in a bottle, sounds bad without anything. Smashes his face with sleeping potion. Took his blue concoction as a trophy.
Wow, so A, Mom, I
Thank you, I am. You love the portal, load Pervious and avoid a ring of brilliance. Yeah,
adventure twin.
Well, as long as your father doesn't raise her, no.
If Pervious is qualified.
I'll be in Natal's cave serving her egg.
She waited.
Blueberry curly brain. Odd how you chose omelets to consume this morning.
What's that supposed to mean?
Is it morning? Is it lunchtime yet? I'm coming! This is so unexpected.
Just fulfilling the old man's wishes.
The man, Uncle Jason? What? He's holding a plastic container. Like sure as hell, but pie thanks. The kids will love it.
For sure. Is David round?
He's working, but you're welcome to stop.
No, I best be going. Enjoy the cookies.
Bye, Jason. Mine! Not so fast, mister. You get one because of pie sealer, but you're still grounded. Kids, Uncle Jason brought magic whistling cookies from Papaya.
Cookies!
Why not more? What was I to wish for? Family accept me? No, it would never work, it wouldn't last. It might not even go well. What about, the dumbo, the unwanted, the untamable caged animal? Wish myself out of this cage! To get away was the easy part, but where to go? That's harder. But it won't matter. Getting away is all that mattered. Wherever that is, so long as it isn't here, where anything would be against the family rules. I wish I could get away from my stupid family. An office in a void? How'd I get here?
Hello, Christoph.
Where's Xena? What's the meaning of this?
Not much. That lubricant the cause be fuzzy along with his scolding you do slightly.
Scolding? For what?
Oh, running down to a concert unsupervised without telling anyone, them being kidnapped.
I didn't know, Elkwood.
Silence! You put yourself in danger. I know you don't mean to, but by leaving your family without notice, you make yourself an easy target because they want there to protect you.
If that's what you think, why didn't you come rescue me sooner?
I was at my homeworld eating with other Pixiecons and I got your distress call. You were already in the dorm, so I couldn't locate you, and since I hadn't been observing you for a few days, I didn't know to check your friends in Hidden Valley. Your dad so many me was that I was informed what happened. I was as clueless as your family.
You mean you don't know my every location like Meowla?
You expect me to? What kind of person do you think you are?
I don't know. Am I a person? Am I human? I don't fit in anywhere with anyone. So of course I can't be human with blue hair and all.
What are you trying to achieve with this madness? Can you tell me that?
Why should I tell you? I don't say with yellers. You might as well be as bad as Ocean's little fairy.
Hazel is an emperor's state of affairs for nothing useful. So, what about your motives? Why the mischief?
I can't help it.
You think so? Ha! I've seen your plan before.
I'm not answering to another heartless dictator. You've hijacked my wish. No! There's nothing but void in all directions. Where's my... It's gone! You stole my cookie! Hand it over! It's gone! My wish has been wasted because of your meddling! My room! The cookie's there! Now if I could just run into Mr. Pocket, I could return my cookie. No, wait, I can hide in a dimensional pocket and become an explorer! Look out, Uncharted Lands! Kristoff is coming! Ah! Quit meddling with my wish! Ah!
Resistance is futile. We're in a void bubble and my conjuring.
I knew it!
I'm talking. You were listening. Bringing you to this bubble was deliberate, and that is my duty as orchestrator as your destiny to win it.
Now you sound like Hazel.
Silence! You are uncontrollable. It is time you were tagged. We find this is a man destiny requires you to obey.
And who's this Destiny character? Because I want to talk with her about a future change.
That's your destiny. Shaping the future. Do I have to spell out everything? My instructions in this assignment helping you are simple. Allow Kristoff to do as he wishes so long as he learns from his mistakes and grows the minimal intervention. As Mila did already, I teach by example, by experience, not by words of dictated authority. But now I say you need more intervention. Miss Unicorn Playmate is gone. I'm your teacher. That's your imaginary friend to play with when you want.
You were no better than that. I thought if I could wish to get away, I'd be free from this yelling behavior. People like these to try and control me. I thought you of all people would know. It will never work.
Oh, okay, I'll tell you. Short and simple. Yellow reported me to Ramsey for my absence and your recklessness. 2 fees I failed you. I called Miala who was drunk, which panicked me, so I couldn't think straight. I should have just taken a breath and talked to your telepathic Shifter friends. Thankfully, I was summoned.
Why am I in trouble and this is your fault?
I'm not perfect. I'm really mad at myself for not preventing this, even though I know that's Ramsey's unrealistic expectations, Begging. You're my first wit. I'm sorry I don't do everything right.
Why was she so willing to admit her flaws? Does she not fear being seen as weak? I never wish the rejection and humiliation.
This is a warning, Kristoff. Remember, consequences are made each time you play with chaos. So, for the love of cosmic balance, think before you leap. Thankfully, though, you're not a wizard. That means we have to take higher measures to deal with your chaos.
But I am a wizard. I go to Frederick's. I use a wand.
Program if I spells or something. Nothing special at all.
But I have a talking sword.
It's doing magic it knows, not you. Next.
I have blue hair. That's not normal. It means see what her knuckles was
You
potion.
saw it was because the hair was the wrong third ingredient for the potion and not because it was magical?
Ugh, you're impossible. You think I'm not a wizard? I'll show you.
Yeah, you that have a lot of magic.
That indicates I have magic. I just have to crack it open. Do I? Ocean's magic was a walk from a fairy when she went to a stupid forest quest to snatch it. Would I have to do the same thing to prove there's anything wrong?
This reality is getting unstable. I'll see you later.
I wish Terrence and I were friends again.
Ocean? But how?
Terrence! Something wrong with me? I should be handling my emotions
How do
better.
you know my location?
I don't. I mean, I didn't know. The wishing cookie did it.
Then why have you come?
I don't know. The word just came out of my mouth.
Whatever magic you used to get you here needs to take you away.
Why should I? I just got here.
How do wishing cookies work?
Well, Papayas baked them today and sent Uncle Jason to deliver them. I don't know how, but when you consume them, your wish comes true.
Then take another bite and leave.
I can't. The cookie's gone.
Then teleport.
Retrieve wand. Retrieve wand.
Well,
The cookie won't let me leave until my wish is fulfilled.
then what in Justin's name did you wish
We
for?
have to make amends to our relationship. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here.
I can't let my parents or Jinx know about
It
this.
has to be possible. The cookie brought me here. I see you're still into the emo life.
Being emo is a smaller part of it. Dad's become more prominent, and I have learned a bit more about his past than I knew before the move. Spent more time with us. He thought it would be a nice change. I have second thoughts, with July as evidence. Mom's stress has mostly fled, but she and Dad still miss Toronto and his lot for some reason. He's just Blueberry Boy's friend, nothing more.
So you're happy and life is peachy?
Why would you assume it's perfect? Dad still leaves at odd times. I still have nightmares once a week about before of becoming like Jinx and Justin's insanity. My brother's hardly ever around, and he treats his place like a hotel, unless it's suspected. At least that aspect of him is predictable. Everyone worries about what he does during his disappearances.
So you're alone? Parents too preoccupied with work and your brother?
No!
Why do you hate me?
I can't be around someone who's happy when they should be sad, especially when your uncle terrorists people for no reason.
So because you're miserable, no one else can be happy?
You don't know how hard it is to be around someone who is toxically perky and never talks about the negatives.
You don't know how hard it is to have your feelings invalidated by the person you care for the most. I'm optimistic and don't like to dwell on the past like everyone else around me. I'm moving past that instead of arguing in an endless loop like my parents.
You're just afraid of failure. You think it's the end of the world.
So you hate me? I knew you resented me for breaking my promise of protection. I just remind you of that failure. I abandoned you and Justin took you.
One person can't defeat Justin. Even I, well versed in the mind of evil, couldn't stop his influence over me. I had more people devoting their time to stop him. You shouldn't feel guilty when you have the burden of protecting your whole family from monsters. That is too much for one girl.
So you're not mad?
At you? No. Justin? Yeah. Can't even fathom what he did with my body when I was knocked out. Reminds me of my 4th grade friend who unexpectedly disappeared to the Coven Council without saying goodbye. Lost him right before meeting you. And then there's Dad. He, like me, has major depressive disorder. He keeps his in check with his job.
I made you feel abandoned again, didn't I? That's why you detached from me.
I was on house arrest for months on end. My parents constantly feared Justin's return. I spent the summer being isolated. My mental sanity debated during every waking moment. No one believed I could improve. Even when I started to, I would dismiss possibly fake it, as if on evil's doorstep. All I did was despair and homework. At least my intelligence was still intact to pass that beast.
Is that why Jesper wouldn't let me through the door? I tried more than 10 times to enter your house. Each rejection more painful than the last.
I swear, our dads are terrible influences to each other. Makes sense why mine is a jerk now.
In hindsight, Jasper's behavior is dad's fingerprints all over. That Cyrus has ruined another innocent life, all for the satisfaction of seeing us suffer. I guess I could make him feel the same pain he inflicts on his children. Gosh, I sound just like Matthew. Stop it! You're not his creature. You're not. You can't.
Shutting down your emotions shuts off your intelligence, and then you're nothing.
My intelligence is the only thing separating me from being one of his creatures. If I have emotions, I'm like volatile crystal. And if I'm him, I'm a mistake and not deserving of approval. My whole livelihood rests on the fact I don't act like Kristoff.
You still believe this insecurity? I'm flawed and not Jinx.
My parents don't see it that way. They compare everything to how Christophian it is. To be him is death. Your parents aren't above that. They were comparing you to Jinx, and when you were tricked into darkness, they immediately imprisoned you, just like him.
From misunderstanding, we learned we share the same issues.
The logical solution is to agree to be
We
friends.
have shared emotions, but no narrative solutions. I can't relate to someone who denies my pain. I need someone who says it's okay, with proof of how it can be better.
I'll let you say your poems, and I'll work on not bottling my emotions.
Deal. Adam has a new book called The Dimensional Pocket Guidebook, How to Enter, Survive, and Exit the Most Visited Dimensional Pockets. Handy for hero missions and the like. Bought 2 of them out of habit, but for some reason I never gave the second one away.
He bought 2, just like before. Old habits die hard.
Guess I thought there'd be someone to give it to. You want it?
Yeah. Ocean, are you alright? I sense emotional imbalance.
Celeste, I don't need you here to rescue me. Terrence and I agreed to be friends again. Can't I process my depression in private?
So you are depressed.
Obviously, who would it be when their friend poisoned by black magic almost died being a part of that wretched beast of an uncle that became permanently tainted by his foul darkness? And the universe keeps conspiring against your reconnecting. Ow! What the heck, Ocean?
You're in the way, pest!
Why you running? I didn't do anything.
I don't care what you're doing.
You were crying? Did you wish for something sad?
I wasn't!
Ocean, someone's calling you. Ocean's crying about something right now. I don't know, she won't tell. Why are you worried? She hasn't spoken to you in weeks? I don't remember her having a Corlina friend. She's always complaining about Terrence. She's not coming to her phone. I don't think she likes you. Bye! Why would Pervious and Jason with wishing cookies? After Thanksgiving's fight, Natal's egg, and Kristoff's dome abduction? It's too perfect, convenient, metal-like, of the joy variety. Children only wish for selfish things, so I have to wish for the right thing, for what Meowlo wants us to know. Division, mountain high secrets, lack of open communication and compassion. That's it! I wish for a loving, united family with open communication.
I won last night's Scrabble match, Ocean. Get over it.
Sorry, Matthew, but I am better at understanding English than you are. It's how it goes.
Fair, but it wasn't a fluke. Luck's on my side again.
Luck's certainly on my side. Rwanda finally moved out of Curse Town. No more monster threats.
Now Bossy Pants!
My Bossy Pants are sold at Goodwill.
Remember, the true celebration of today is loving each other and not the lack of villain.
To a reunited family.
No, that way. Sweets are not for babies.
They're getting along nicely.
A little too well. They're influencing each other.
It's natural dragon curiosity.
Don't scold Sapphire. She brought this family together.
And she's great for
A
business.
clue? The key to the reality is an elk.
Happy Valentine's Day, Hudson friends.
A clue. Sapphire was a laborers for me to save this family.
Did we ever get the spice cake?
My spin on scales and tradition. Eat at your own risk. chopped Italian sausage, cocooned in buttermilk cake, topped with chipotle pepper jack cheese, and sprinkled with tortilla chips.
We reconnect and this is what you bring to the
He
table?
possesses the intrepid culinary spirit of the Hudson.
Contrary to popular American mythology, spicy food pains the consumer, awakening them to their own flaws. Sugarcoating, meanwhile, sweetens the white lies, the American dream, into an ice cream bar no one can refuse. With this, I escape the totalitarian social matrix wrought by Justin 2,231 days ago for freedom and real awakenings!
Was that cake spiked? How are you on cherry right now?
According to my inferencing skills, you, Mother, sound infiltrated by alternate timelines, unaware of the current trends and events.
Robotic? This is Miela written all over it. And where was she on this day of love?
Behind you.
Ah!
Fashionably late, are you?
I couldn't choose the right adornment for my dress.
So extra. And they think I'm the outlier. Spice cake, everyone? Oh, but it's clearly full of spells. Time to find the truth. Whoa.
This cake tastes like it in the sun! Snakes and men together tie, worlds converge at moon high, shadows as dissolve granules of cake. Bring the outcast bones to break, shatter life, scatter all, scatter strife!
There it is. Alright, watch out for snake uprisings. Just until C's demise, our entire family construct is about to shatter, then heal it. Okay, so I must break the family in order to fix it. Thoughts, family, now that I see the truth?
Is that cookie cake hacks? I thought bad luck was gone now that we love each other. Yeah, Nella said it was our hate that attracted the evil villains. With love, we shine light on your darkness that they hate. We shouldn't have weaknesses anymore for them to target. Who's after what?
We already had snake problems. Genesis and villain rehabilitation school. We trapped Justin once we found the light. I second. Who is after us?
Perhaps Matthew is not on our side, but feigning cooperation to take us all down in revenge.
I don't work for you, I work for her.
She is the only woman the Fox loves.
That person power was for nothing. I knew something was off. Whoa, wasn't expecting that.
This is not a utopia!
There is never a utopia, sweetie.
He's poisoning us with hatred!
Just couldn't resist one-upping us, could ya? Does it feel good, ruining Love Day after all our progress?
Progress isn't linear. We just need to avoid total collapse in this moment. All events precipitate from the observer who causes them.
All I've done is eaten cake. I've said nothing.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
I'm just stripping the sugar coating you become complacent to.
Then who is after us? Dad doesn't speak in poems for fun!
What have we not tackled? The future has been raining in. The present is constrained by the snakes of the past, the coiling, slithering anacondas, waiting for the fill of enmity and spite to grow and cast shadows into times of a corridor. Obviously, the enemies of the mind are the hardest to fight, for they hold no bodies but our own. Speak with our voices, think our thoughts. So we are our last enemies.
That cookie deserves icing.
Spicy cookies, that'll work for next year. Now, whose past is the villain?
Look, at the back of our letter. A good mind, according to the Stoic philosopher Seneca the Younger, is a good servant but a bad master. This emphasizes the need to cultivate a master and well-disciplined mind. Mastery over past, present, and future leads the tapestry of self-actualization. Only when the seed is planted will a flower grow come spring. Thus, that can only mean one thing. How we relate to ourselves about ourselves is the key to the narrative we convince ourselves to be true. People torn asunder, hope seems gone. Even portals read by physical song. But in the chaos, a flicker was spark. I'm in the beginning, the dark. For amidst the chaos, I follow to light. Cutting through the storm into the night. With hope as my compass, I'll find my way through the broken portals to a brighter day. We should never think more. We wish upon cookies. Get ready for veggie weeks. Time for a mentality in a new reality. Time to claim our public strong.